Hey guys, it's me again. I had no intention at all of making another live video when I did the last one the other day, but things keep cropping up that I feel that I would like to speak to. So I have a few announcements to make, and I also have some tips. It would appear that most of us, well, maybe not most of us, but a lot of us are going to be staying home more, are going to be not at work for a short while, are going to be not doing the things that we normally do to entertain ourselves. And at the outset, that can seem like really scary and like a really bad thing. But I've been thinking and meditating about it a lot, and I feel like it's giving all of us a much needed respite from the frenetic pace of our life in this country. So since I made my last video, things have changed a little bit for me. I have, in all probability, very high probability, been exposed twice to the virus. And the first exposure was a week ago Sunday, so 9 days, and then the second exposure was 3 days ago. As yet, I remain symptom-free, but I could do a whole nother video on the steps that I take on a daily basis, 365 days a year, to maintain optimal health and a super kick-ass immune system. And perhaps I'll share those in another video. So I am self-isolating because I've been exposed and could potentially be a carrier. For those of you who may not know, I have friends in the pharmaceutical industry. I also have friends who are physicians and work with other physicians. In New Jersey, 4 people were tested for COVID-19 and tested positive, although they were completely asymptomatic. So what that should tell all of you and myself is that there are people out there who could potentially be carriers of the virus without being symptomatic themselves. So the fact that, we reassure each other by saying, I'm fine, I have no cough, no sneeze, you don't have to worry, that may or may not be true in light of these 4 cases. It is possible and probable that people could have come in contact with the disease, test positive for it, without showing any symptoms themselves, and so therefore, without testing, that's a whole nother video, they could potentially be carrying the virus and spreading it. So, who among us, when we have one random sneeze or feel a tickle in our throat and cough a little bit, think anything of it? Probably nobody. However, if you're one of those individuals who's been exposed and would test positive for the virus, that routine, ordinary sneeze or that, 30-second long coughing spell could be potentially contagious to others. So I think that this is a time to practice extreme mindfulness. I know that schools close mandatorily in Vermont tomorrow. Can't quite understand the reasoning behind saying you can go to school Monday, you can go to school Tuesday, but Wednesday we're shutting down. There's a lot of things that don't make any sense. The fact that the United States has virtually no tests compared to other countries makes no sense. But in a world where things don't make sense, it becomes all that much more important for us to make sense of things and practice common sense and follow our inner guidance and follow our heart with regard to what's best for us and what's best for our families. Because I have so many thoughts and everything's getting all jumbled together in my mind. Staying home, self-isolating. If there's a chance you've been exposed, if you are one of those people who falls into the vulnerable category, which is anyone with an immune compromised system, anyone recovering from surgery, and the elderly. Some people jokingly say that that category includes me. Well, I'm not down with that, not yet anyway. Being sensitive to those people groups and keeping them safe is important. It's as important as keeping your own family safe. With regard to families, a lot of us, not me, kids are all grown and gone, but a lot of you are going to be having oodles of time with kids at home, and some of you are going to be put in a position of someone's got to stay home with the kids. Maybe, you know, one of you is already a stay-at-home parent, and so that's covered. I realize that the financial ramifications can be very serious for a lot of us, but I also realize that this is an amazing time to reconnect with your kids, to spend time reading stories, cuddling, having meals together, making meals together. If you scroll through Facebook or do a Google search online, you will see that so many libraries, museums, historical sites are streaming and playing for free wonderful tours of their facilities. And for some of us, we're getting to see, you know, museums and things that we may have never had the opportunity to see before. So take advantage of those things. There's so many links available. There's a lot of them on Facebook. There's a lot of them if you Google. National Geographic is doing some wonderful things. So yeah, take advantage of that, and take advantage of the time to reconnect as a family and have a valid reason to unplug from this absolutely chaotic, crazy pace that we normally live at. Facebook. Don't take medical, protective, or paranoia information from Facebook. I have fact-checked a lot of it. Probably about 85% of it is erroneous. So I'm just letting y'all know, if that's where you want to get your facts from, you're welcome to do that. But if you have questions, if you want real answers, again, I strongly recommend visiting the CDC website, Centers for Disease Control, and also the WHO website, which has factual, up-to-the-minute information that you and your family can benefit from. Facebook can be a wonderful platform, but it can also be the generator of so many misleading thoughts, beliefs, instigate paranoia and fear. And if ever there was a time when we wanted to remain calm, centered, grounded, operating strictly from facts and not fear, this would definitely be it. Self-care. I plan to produce a worksheet later, not a worksheet, but a fact sheet that you can print out with just common sense tips that people have used for hundreds and hundreds of years to maintain an optimal immune system, by choosing good quality organic foods, by choosing, if organic isn't possible for you, choosing the best food that is possible for you. Sally LaFaux just asked, am I still shopping at grocery stores? No, the last time I did was for a family member who is affected. But I talked to no one, touched nothing that wasn't going in my cart, wiped down my debit card before and after swiping it with hand sanitizer. So yeah, that's my answer to that. I have everything I need to be here for weeks and weeks by myself. I live alone, so now I lost my train of thought because things are popping up all over my screen. Whole foods, raw fruits and vegetables, preferable to cooked or canned or frozen, because all of the nutrients are still bioactive and you get the most benefit from them. Lots and lots and lots of hydration. Lemon water. It's cleansing. and it also contains lots of vitamin C. I've been doing that for about a week now. I mean, I use lemon water anyway, but this morning I took some fresh ginger and grated that into my lemon water. So in the list that I'm preparing, I will also put a lot of immuno-boosting foods, also foods that are known to be immunosuppressants, because this is a time to take responsibility for your own health, make yourself and your family as healthy as you can be, so that you can ride this out, hopefully without becoming sick or becoming a carrier. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to say is, many of you know, some of you do not, I host a shamanic drum circle here on a monthly basis on Wednesday nights. I am going to cancel that for tomorrow. I hate to do it because this is a time when we really need to be drumming. We really need to be doing whatever work we normally do energetically and spiritually. So I said I was canceling. That's not entirely true. I am going to switch the platform to a virtual drum circle, which for those who regularly attend my circle is probably going to be kind of disappointing. But the upside, and there always is one, is that it will allow more people to attend. So if you are so disposed that you would like to help make a difference for the entire planet on what you are going to do, yeah, testing, Sally, that's a whole nother thing, and I'm not going to address that in this video because it is such a hot spot for me. But I have been told that tests are on the way and testing should be more readily available. I'm hoping that's true. Where was I? Okay, so I'm going to create a Zoom meeting for tomorrow night. I will post it on the Healing from the Heart page. I can host up to 100 people. So if you have any inclination, any drawing to that, the link will be there. You can log in. We will, I will proceed as though we were all together in the same space. And energetically, we will all be together in the same space. We will drum for our own needs, like we always do every month at Circle, for our needs, personal healing, for the healing of our family, our community, our state, our country, and the world. And then we will also input whatever personal requests that we have. And we will go ahead and drum. So if you plan to join, if you have a drum, if you have rattles, by all means, bring those along. If you have sage, palo santo, sweetgrass, I recommend that you sage yourself and the area where you'll be drumming or where you'll be viewing the Zoom meeting, so that we have a clear space to work in. I also recommend that you light a candle to invite the light, and light that candle with intention that you are inviting the pure white light of the divine, of source energy into your space. So I will be creating that link and sending it out soon. But in the meantime, stay calm. Make sure that information that you receive is accurate. And at this point, that pretty much only comes from the CDC or the WHO. Be considerate of others. Don't go out into public unnecessarily, because none of us knows if we're carrying but are still asymptomatic. It's just a time to really, really begin to love our fellow beings on this planet and put them ahead of our schedule, of our agenda, ahead of what we'd like to do, what we think we need to do. If nothing else, this time that we're living in will give all of us an opportunity to really take a look at those things. What's really necessary, what's really important, what really has to be done on a daily basis. And I have to say, for one, as one, I am grateful for that. I also wanted to let you know, I will be posting this on the page as well. For anyone who is not feeling well, or is feeling stressed, fearful, anything like that, I am going to offer 30-minute distance Reiki sessions, virtual Reiki sessions. So we'll conduct those either through a Zoom meeting or Facebook live video, whichever works best for you. I will suspend the usual price for distance healing and offer that as a donation or a donation. The donation doesn't even have to be monetary. If you live near me, we can talk. You know, everybody has something to offer, even if the world would like to make you believe that you don't. So 30-minute Reiki sessions. Also, I do provide spiritual and metaphysical counseling. If you would like to book a 30-minute counseling session just to talk, or just to be heard and say what you need to say without judgment, without question, just to get it off your chest, I will also make those available as well on the same basis. So 30 minutes for a donation. I will create special links for this special time so that you have easy access to that. And like I said before, you can always email me. I'll try to be as prompt as possible at getting back to you. The email address is esme@esmewest.com. So thank you all who tuned in. Thank you for listening. And again, breathe. Nice deep breaths, especially in your own home or outside in the fresh air. Stay centered. Stay grounded. Stay calm. Listen to reliable sources for information. Love your neighbors enough to stay home whenever possible. And love yourself by doing the same thing. I thought the other day I wouldn't have any more to say. I feel like right now I don't have any more to say, but I'm not making any promises. I love you all, and I'm spending time in meditation and in distance healing, sending love and light to the planet. So until next time, I'll see you then.